In today's episode, we will be discussing bereavement of a spouse, specifically the death of a husband, the impact of this tragedy on the widow, the children, the family finances, their mental health, and how the widow was able to navigate this unexpected life challenge to rebuild their lives. For the first episode of a Jar of Oil podcast, it gives me great pleasure and privilege to welcome my cousin, my auntie, my mommy, Elder Sumbo Akinyemi. You're very much welcome, ma. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here. But that was the first time ever I got to know that really I was a sinner. Really, sinner? I struggled with that, but because the minister said, old you knew you, and I couldn't point to an old me and they knew me, that made me go to answer the altar call, and that was how it started. I gave my life to Jesus. I wanted to go to heaven. I started to teach, and once again I realized that I actually had a passion for teaching. You know, interacting with young people, helping them to understand the concepts. That again now sucked me into it. He was a very shy person, very humble, very responsible. So they were like Jim brothers, you know, we kept them in their space, and we rascally girls with us, or sisters, let me not say girls, just girls. So until he gave me a slip that he would, and that was usually the pattern, you know, brothers will give you a slip, they want to meet you at the chapel grounds or something. Okay. So he gave me a, after one of our rehearsals, a note which says that he would like to meet with me, because he knew that his parents would not easily accept him marrying an Ijebu person. He was from Ekiti.
We want to talk about your marriage now, ma'am. You got married. How would you describe your marriage experience?
Okay. We were in courtship for like 2 years, and as soon as I finished my service year, we planned to get married. A month after I came back from service year, we were able to get married. I had a lot to learn because I came from the city. He came from I would say the countryside. Okay. You know, and coming from the countryside, you know, there were lots of things that were kind of new to me, but which he was very used to. His dad had a farm. He would go to the farmland, and you know, me, it wasn't that aspect wasn't very easy for me. He gave us 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Okay. And the first one, Oluwaseun, or Oluwa, is the girl, and then Oluwatobi is the third one.
So, let's talk about the death of your husband.
Okay.
What happened? What caused it?
Yeah, he, one of the Sundays, he was just coming back from the farm. And then we waited for a bit. He didn't come home on time. But by the time he came, a stranger drove the car. I said, what happened? The stranger said he had a seizure. One of the medication that he was given actually had a very terrible side effects on him, and it led to, he being hospitalized. At that time, I thought we were actually going to lose it. Number one, I had to be strong for the kids. And then 2, I didn't surrender that this was just going to be it. I felt bad for him because of the pain he was going through. I also wanted to maintain a very strong front. So when the doctor friend came and told me about his demise, I just said, God, you know what I told you? I'm now asking that question because I only held on to your promises. You let him die. Of course, a lot of questions flooded my heart when I got to know. He was mine, and you took him. And God said, how many years did you know him? The only thing I noticed about my daughter was that he asked the questions. But why did Daddy choose to just go away and be with Jesus? We would like to see him too. But when are we going to get to see him? So many questions.
How long were you married before you died?
Oh, we were married for 9 years. So I kept on having nightmares. So all that precipitated. God had to help me to dig myself out of that hole because it was horrible. I had insomnia. For months I wasn't sleeping. I was on sleeping medication. It would work for 3 days. After from deliverance to deliverance to deliverance, because I felt, okay, maybe it was demonic. There was a night I thought I was going to run crazy. The Holy Spirit, because I know it's the only the Holy Spirit could have bailed me out at that point.